Bezat Hashem, Chavre, Baruch Hashem, B'siyata Deshmai, Hashem give us zechut to come again and learn right after Arvit over here in Bet HaKnesset, Bet HaMidrash HaKadosh, David Chai. Hashem give Chaim Arukim al Yidei Limud HaTorah to all Am Yisrael. All right, gentlemen, we're today already Rosh Chodesh Shvat. Mishanichnas Shvat. What was it? Nothing. Do Chazara. That's what the Rabbi said today. Yeah, you weren't here. Chodesh Shvat in the Torah is a month of Chazara. If you take a notice, Ho'il v'diber Moshe et Torah on the 11th month, which is Shvat. Moshe Rabbeinu was doing the Chazara of Alimut, and as we already learned in the Siman 238, the importance of learning at night is more important than learning during the day, the morning of the day. So Bezat Hashem tonight is Wednesday night, going into Thursday, 5th day of the week of Parashat Shabbat Bo. Rosh Chodesh, today there's only one day in this month. Okay, so if you want to get an Aliyah tomorrow, make sure you go to a place where they're gonna give it to you or you buy it. You know how important it is Aliyah Rosh Chodesh? Okay. Anyway.
It's my grandfather's yurtzeit tonight.
Oh, so we're gonna Bezat Hashem dedicate the limud, Bezat Hashem Shalom Matzliach. That's why you were sabal, you were a schlepper, all the goods. All right, Lulu Nishmad.
Eliyahu ben Shimon.
Eliyahu ben Shimon. Ruach Hashem Bezat Hashem b'toch shar with all the neshamot, all that's there. Okay, let's do Gimel. So he said like this. He's saying Kriyat Shema. The Shulchan Aruch says the reference over here, Samuch lemitato. So Zohar said, listen, I'm one of those guys who like to already halfway there. My leg is halfway in the bed already, sleeping. So the question is, I'm gonna get Nirdam. He said yesterday, you're gonna fall asleep in the middle of Kriyat Shema, so it's better to stand. So Mishnah Berurah covered that all till now yesterday. But the question is now, Shulchan Aruch says the word, you shall say Kriyat Shema samuch lemitato, which means literally in Hebrew, close or near your bed. So what does that mean? Okay. So says Mishnah Berurah, let's go inside. Velo ikra Kriyat Shema keshikanes lishan. Be very cautious not to say Kriyat Shema when you're entering into the bed. Ela kesheroeh she'ashena ba'a alav. You know what samuch lemitato means? Do you know what it means, close to your bed? Really doesn't mean bed, it means close to your sleeping. When you shall say Kriyat Shema, when you're ready and drowsy and ready to go to sleep. Meaning you shouldn't say it earlier than that. That is the Shita, that's the opinion of Mishnah Berurah. I told you already, Rabbi Meir Eliyahu instituted in his Bet Midrash in Israel.
Since we started learning this, every night I miss this month of...
So Arvit, right after Arvit of Limud, so they have a Limud about, I don't know, 10 o'clock they finish Limud, they say, or whatever, the Limud they have, they finish the Limud, right there in the shul, the whole shul says Kriyat Shema Lamita. And then they go to sleep because most people forget Kriyat Shema and the whole thing, so he instituted this, but it's against what Mishnah Berurah said just now. Most people don't want to go to sleep right after Arvit. Right? They still have to go fight with their wives. Just kidding. Anyway, what I meant is fight with their children. Okay. Aval, what? You don't fight with your children?
I don't have any.
So hopefully you'll have soon and you won't have to fight, but they'll fight. Sure. Before they go to bed, they fight, they figure out all the excuses in the world. Yeah. How many excuses you come up with? I'm not going to bed to sleep. It's scary. I don't want to close my eyes. That's the kid. What are you going to do? Aval, all the negotiations and everything. Aval, בכנסת הגדולה כתב שיש לקרות מיד. So, what does that mean? שמא תחטפנו שנה אחר כך ולא יקרא. Oh. So here's an opinion that Mishnah Berurah says, don't wait till you are drowsy. Like here, that's the Rabbi Meir Eliyahu is using this. Who is he using? He's using בכנסת הגדולה. The Sefer Knesset הגדולה says, you should say it right after Arvit looks like. Immediately, when this way you don't fall asleep in the middle of Kriyat Shema. ואין לחוש משום הפסק אלא כשעושה דבר אחר בינתיים. So again, you should not be worried about the hefsek as long as you know you're not going, let's say after Arvit you're going to do business. So of course you don't say Kriyat Shema. So I mean, if your intention, right, 10 o'clock at night, most people want to go to sleep. Yeah, the kids are not sleeping yet. Yeah, the wife is coming up with a new complaint. We didn't pay the water bill and they're going to shut us down, and now there's all the discussion and everything. I understand. But that's not intentional, right? You're not planning to do something after Arvit. You usually go to bed already. You go shower quickly, you go to bed. So in that case, not a problem. Say it. אבל מה שיושב ודומם למקרה הפסק אף שהשעה איזה זמן קודם שישן. There are people like myself. I try to make business selling stuff on eBay. So I buy it when I'm on auction house. I buy an auction house usually much cheaper, and then I put an eBay somewhat close to the eBay prices, whatever people. So now what I do? So at night you will upload. This business, take a picture, another picture, another picture. So now you say after every takes you 2 hours to do the work. You upload. Some people do that. So that's not called a hefsek really, because you're not doing anything outside. You're not doing much. He says over here, if you're just sitting over there and or you're learning, you're listening to a shir. Sometimes some people can't fall asleep. The best, they open the sefer. Sometimes it's worse. Some people open the sefer, they can't fall asleep. So it depends. It depends on each one according to his level, as we already mentioned before. Okay, so now that's the perush of Mishnah Berurah of Samuch Lemidatov, close to his bed. Achar Kriyat Shema. So we said over here, Shulchan Aruch told us you're not allowed to do anything, right? Achar, right? Or Mishnah, or this was a Ramah. So Ramah said over here in Mishnah, go back to Shulchan Aruch, which is like in Zohar. You see it? Oh, so we said no drinking, no eating, and no talking after Kriyat Shema. Once he said it, okay. So that was So let's see how strict it is. That's the Ramah. Mishnah Berurah didn't say. Does it mean not to follow this? But let's see. Says Mishnah Berurah, Dalet, Sif Katan Dalet. Achar Kriyat Shema. You don't do all those things. Ve'im ta'av lishtot or ledaber eze inyan nachutz. He came home and his wife wanted to talk to him, or you know what, he's thirsty, he wants to drink. What are you going to do? Neresh mutar. Says Mishnah Berurah, it's not blo yavor. It's mutar. What are you going to do? You didn't have intention. V'im, right? So he says, Ach yachazor v'ikra parashat Shema. You ready? You drank something or you spoke with your wife, say Kriyat Shema again. Not the bracha. אכן אם כבר אמר ברכת המפיל ייזהר בזה כי יפסיק בין הברכה לשעה שינה. But if you're making a bracha, and that's where Ben Ish Chai is all out, he's mamish. Don't say a bracha because most people don't fall asleep right away. They're going to start talking. There is a problem if you start talking, man, even though Rabbi Ovadia doesn't hold of the problem. But still, Ben Ish Chai says, yeah, you can't talk. Nothing. So here, even Mishnah Berurah tells you, be very careful, be cautious if you don't talk. Why? Because you made a bracha already, hamapil. You made a bracha hamapil to say fall asleep. So go to sleep. What are you talking? Okay? Here, Ish Matzliach wants to tell us something. Can you read that? Number 7? Ish Matzliach, number 7, right here. Slowly and clearly, out loud for YouTube. Ulam.
It's going to take me a while.
Okay, now, please follow me this way. Because next time I ask you, you're going to know. In a year, I'll ask you. You'll know how to read this. Ulam b'shut yicha b'da'at. Oh, so now Rav Ovadia. What does Rav Ovadia say about this? Pasak she'im ta'ev lishtot rashai levarech. One second. That what? What bracha? וכן אם מוצרח לקבב יברך אחר כך אשר יצר. No. So is Mishnah Berurah over here means not to make a bracha? I don't understand. If you want to drink, you shouldn't make a bracha. יחזור ויקרא פרשת שמע. לכן אם כבר אמר ברכת המפיל ייזהר בזה כי יפסיק בין הברכה להשינה. I have zero understanding what Ish Matzliach wants to say here. But what Matzliach says has not related to Mishnah Berurah. Mishnah Berurah says you should not, right? Not to, because you made a bracha, you should be very cautious not to do anything else that will make a hefsek. But ulam, but I don't understand what Ish Matzliach is trying to say. It's halakha. If you want to drink something, what, you're not going to make a bracha on it? You have a thought not to make a bracha onto drinking? You have a thought not to make a bracha asher yatzar after you go to the bathroom? I don't understand this. Let's see. וכן מותר לדבר דבר נחוץ, and so you're allowed to speak anything that's necessary immediately. עיין שם. Look at רב עובדיה. וכן כתב בברכה, I don't know what that is, שמעיקר הדין רשאי לדבר דברי רשות אחר המפיל. Oh, so according to, so that's the opinion, right, that רב עובדיה and many אחרונים don't agree with Ben Ish Chai, right? So Ben Ish Chai says if you make a bracha, you're not allowed to talk. According to Rav Ovadia and many אחרונים, that even if you made a bracha, you could talk. Here is the raya. ורק אם קרא קריאת שמע, לא ידבר כדי שישן מתוך דברי תורה. Oh, but if you said קריאת שמע, according to Rav Ovadia, if it's preferable, you should go to sleep right after לימוד תורה. Okay? ואם הוא צריך לדבר, יקרא שוב קריאת שמע. That's what again. So the Ashkenazim and Sephardim both agree. That if you said קריאת שמע, you said המפיל. And now you had to speak to your wife or somebody made a phone call, your mother called, right? Emergency or somebody. Something, okay? After that, you say the Kriyat Shema again, this way that you should fall asleep from Divrei Torah. Remember, what's the purpose of all this brachot? What's your name? Sorry.
Near.
Nir, Rabbi Nir. What's the purpose of all this? Is to have Hagana, because remember, we are right now going into what? We're going into death. 1/60th of a death. You're also going to die. 1/60th of death. So it's a makom of sakana. You need some protection. Say the Chazal. So you say Kriyat Shema, you say Psukim, Kadosh Baruch Hu, you Mishamech Kadosh Baruch Hu. Hopefully tomorrow he will trust you again and give you your neshama back. That's what Modani is saying. Thank you for trusting me, Hashem. Because last night, I don't know. And what does the Chazal say? What does the Chazal say, by the way? I don't know. He didn't bring it down here. Maybe number 2. Maybe Steve number 2. But I'll say it anyway. Maybe a little bit Magdim. Shuv Yom Lifnei Motcha. The Mishnah says you should do teshuvah the day before you die. Who knows when he's dying? Nobody in this world knows when he dies. Nobody. So the Chazal say, because nobody knows when you die, every time you are in a position, what do people do when they are in danger? Shema Yisrael. The plane is going, everybody away. Shema Yisrael. Right? You know the famous story. Rabbi, the Ponovich Rebbe. The Ponovich Rebbe was flying in a plane to come to America to raise money. From Israel, at its throat to New York. Okay. And they're sitting in the plane, and all of a sudden, what? All of a sudden, the plane is nosediving. Kimat nosediving. The motor died, and it's Kimat nosediving. Okay? So so right away, everybody's saying Kriyat Shema and the whole Zach. So he says the tour stewardess, I could save your plane in a second. He says, what? Yeah, Rabbi, of course. I have to say a prayer, please. Okay, they give him a microphone. He says, okay, Marav Rabotai, we're in danger. But if each one of you write me a check for $1,000 to my yeshiva, I promise you the airplane is going to be safe. $240,000 he made in 5 minutes. Everybody said, yeah, let's go, write a check. Okay, all of a sudden, a few minutes, the plane, relax. He says to his son or whatever, Shamash was with him, says, we're going back, we don't need to stay in America anymore. $240,000 in a minute, Habibi. So the son or the Shamash asking his father, Rabbi, says, how do you know what's going on? How did you? He says, listen, the mail, if the plane was going to crash, halas, my word doesn't mean anything. what's the embarrassment? Are we all dead? Says, but if the plane is saved, at least we saved people for $1,000 from each. Baruch Hashem. You know the Aron HaKodesh in the Ponovich?
No, but then...
It's gold, beautiful. Yeah. Golden Aron HaKodesh they have over there, Habibi. Ponovich Yeshiva, the Aron HaKodesh is gold.
Yeah.
Amazing. This is the right. He had the koach, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Baruch Hashem. Anyway, so everybody's. When you're looking for zechuyot when there's starot. So here you're going to sleep. You don't know. So that's a zechut. Say Kriyat Shema. It's a zechut for your protection.
When did this happen?
I don't know how many years back. I heard the story many years back. Okay. Another Ponach Rebbe, they used to say to him, Rebbe, you are dreaming. He says, yes, I dream, but I don't sleep. That's the difference. That's the difference. And Baruch Hashem, he built a boys' school. You know the story, though. Another joke, quickly. He comes to the rich man, and he says to him, give me $1 million. The rich man looks at him and says, $1 million? Oh, that's a lot of money, American. That's a lot of money. But I'll make a deal with you, Rabbi. So, yeah, what do you want? I'll give you the $1 million on one condition. None of your students will have a kippah on their head. Rabbi says, yeah, deal. You open the girls' school. All right. Nobody was wearing a kippah there. Finish. That's it. What are you going to do? Okay, okay. Ishan miyat. So the rule is, look at the Siv Katan Hey. Ishan miyat. You should go to sleep immediately after saying Kriyat Shema. V'yim tzarich l'shamesh mitato. Wait a minute, but a person wants to be with his wife. If she went to mikvah, it's a mikvah night. What are you going to do? So he says, ירחץ עצמו מהשכבת שחצרה, שלב ויטול ידיו, ואחר כך יקרא ופחות יאמר ברכת המפיל ושמע אחר התשמיש. So he says it's better to do the whole concept of the preparation for sleeping after. Did the mitzvah.
After?
Yeah. Did the mitzvah. Clean yourself, but you're not going to fall asleep dirty. Right? So you clean yourself and everything, and then do Kriyat Shema. Number 8. Ish Matzliach wants to add something. Listen to what he says here. Number 8, inside the איש מצליח, on the right side. אבל היפה ללב כתב שיכול לשמש אחר שקרא קריאת שמע ובירך. והביאו כפחיים. So כפחיים brings down השיטה that it says, no, say the ברכה על במפיל, so the קריאת שמע, and then you could be with your wife. וסיים. then נראה שהכל לפי מה שהוא אדם. Again, it's according to each person individually.
With the bracha is there? No.
Yes, bracha before. Kapachayim is with the bracha, not benishcha. So over there you said bracha, and then be with your wife, go clean yourself, go to sleep. Preferably say again one more time Kriyat Shema. This way you fall asleep from the Divrei Torah. And it's also a good thing, but by the way, to do it the whole thing after the Maaseh, as we know that it's a zechut for having holy children is to do some limud Torah or something with what's his name after being with your wife. This way the neshama will get some energized with imbued with the kedusha. Hopefully, B'ezrat Hashem to all of us. Okay, Mishnah Vav. Hopefully, by you soon near with your wife. B'shatu Matzliach. Kishu shochev retzono. So now, what does that mean? Kishu shochev, right? The Berurah says mutar likrot kishu shochev. Oh, so somebody was not falling asleep, but we know that reading a book. What happens to you when you start reading a book? Most of us. Some people love it. Some people, the other of it, they get energized. Some people, most people, 99% of the world, they fall asleep. So he says, so Rama says, read something, you'll for sure fall asleep. Retzono Lamar, he's explaining, the sham מוכח בסעיף על ברגע, דלכתחילה אין כדאי ללכת ולשכב לקרותה בשכיבה, אפילו כשהוא שוכב על צידו ממש. כתב המגן אברהם, okay? ולקרותה בשכיבה. So the question is, שוכב, right? So, אם מותר לקרות שהוא שוכב, are you allowed to, no, over here was, are you allowed to say Kriyat Shema when you're laying? Right? Okay, so good. דווקא כשקורא זו הקריאת שמע לשם חובה, כגון שהתפלל ערבית מבעוד יום צריך לדעת לכוון לקיים את המסע הזה ואת הקריאת שמע. לכך צריך להיזהר בכל פרטיה. אבל אם כבר קרא בזמנם, וקורא רק בשום קריאת שמע של המיטה, מותר לכתחילה לקרות בשכיבה. Okay, like this. It says, when the Chazal instituted that it's prohibited to lay down when you were saying Kriyat Shema at night, because Shema, a person will say, the halacha is like who? Beit Shammai. And the halacha is like Beit Shammai. What does Rabbi Tarfon, what happened to Rabbi Tarfon? The rabbis cursed him. Because Rabbi Tarfon says, I lean down to say Kriyat Shema of mitzvah doraita of the night, which is asur, because you're not allowed to do that. You're supposed to do what? Sit, like, or even lay down. You're allowed to even tilt down, according to Beit Hillel, because Beit Hillel said you could say it any way you want, Kriyat Shema Shel HaMitam, at night. But the question is, what's your kavanah? So over here, says like this. Mishnah Berurah says, if you already fulfilled the mitzvah Kriyat Shema of Tzedek Kochavim, like we do over here after Arvit, right? During the Arvit, that's not a problem. Then, the night, when you go to say Kriyat Shema at night, you could lean down. Okay? That's what I do, by the way. I lean down, let's say Kriyat Shema, and I fall asleep. I don't know when. My wife says it's like a plug. It's like a plug. It's like a plug. During the day it's a hard time. And sometimes I drowse until I figure out or put the position. At night, Baruch Hashem, I lay down. It's like a plug. I don't even know when I fall asleep. I'm like, gosh. Okay, Baruch Hashem. So he says, so in that, at night, how are you supposed to crash by laying down? You can't be up like this. You can't lie on your lower back. But you're not allowed to even sleep on your lower back. Because it's miguneh, that's you're like laying down, you're exposing yourself in front of Hashem. So obviously the best thing is to sleep always on your left side. Rambam and the Shchai brings us down that the best thing to at night you fall asleep on the left side. Kacha. Lay down like this. Okay? Why on the left side? Because what's happening, most people, they eat during the day, right? Sometimes even close to evening. So your beten is on your left side, the stomach is on your left side, and it digests your food quicker, better. Okay? So half a night you sleep on the left, then the other half on your right. Some people have a problem with the heart. If they lay down on the left side, what happens? They have pressure. They feel pressure on the left side. In that case, if you have a physical problem, then you're not obligated to sleep on the left. But preferably the first night, half of the night, to sleep on your left side, and then the second on the right side. But again, each one according to his physical and his physical state of of his body. Okay, ויש שמחמירים, okay, look at page ק"ב, Mishnah Berurah, continue. ויש שמחמירים לכתחילה לקרותה בעמידה או בישיבה. Some have a Zohar over here, Tzaddik Zohar. He says standing. Stay. That's the way we say Kriyat Shema Alamita. This way they don't feel any drowsiness or feel sleep. Or by sitting. Okay? Ish Matzliach, let's see what he says about that. Number 2. והכף החיים כתב שעל פי דברי המקובלים יש לקרותה מיושב בכוונה גדולה ועצומה. כף החיים says preferably, איש מצליח חבר'ה. Number 2. That the כף החיים brings down over here, איש מצליח, he was מחמיר to sit when he's saying Kriyat Shema, not standing. Because when you sit, you have a better kavanah. Remember, by the way, a lot of people make a big mistake. They think by standing in Shmoneh Esrei Chazara, they have a better kavanah. It's not true. Ben Ishchai says it's preferable everybody sits on the Chazara, because after obviously Kedusha, because this way, first of all, when people are sitting, they're showing like they're one. Says Ben Ishchai. When everybody's standing, everyone has his mind floating everywhere, and they're whatever they are. Sitting, it's like one, and it's better. So the Chazara, the best way to fulfill the Chazara is to sit, and it's unison. It actually shows unison, and you have more Yeshuva Dat. You have more, what's his name? Like for instance, I don't have to touch Shmoneh Esrei many times because I have pain, my legs, whatever it is, my back hurts, whatever it is, right? So now I sit. Why do I sit? Because that's the way I have more Yeshuva Dat. I have more clarity in prayer. If I stand, sometimes, even though sometimes I could walk a little bit longer than even Shmoneh Esrei, but then then it's a knockout for me. So my body's breaking. What are you going to do? Unfortunately, in my situation. But so it depends. What that Yeshuv, when you're sitting down, you have better, in Kavanah says Kavachayim, that's what you should be doing when saying Kriyat Shema. Alamita is sitting.
Okay. Focus,
yeah. עיין שם. ויש בה תיקון גדול כי ידוע, and he says that by it's a big tikkun that happens to Kriyat Shema while you're sitting on it, and when you have a whole full proper intention. Let's just finish 3 more lines and then I'll let you go. Now, if you're already laying down, says Mishnah Berurah, you should lean down to the left or to the right, to the side, and say Kriyat Shema. Yeah, what I was just saying, Mishnah Berurah said you must familiarize yourself and get yourself used to laying down on the side. V'yisur gadol lishkaf ragdan. It's a prohibition, a grave prohibition to lay down on your back. דהיינו שמושלך על גבו פניו למעלה, או שפניו תכונות למטה, or face down, right? When you're meaning not just your face but down, but your whole body and your organs are all down, that will be a problem. Or facing up, that will be also a problem. Baruch Adonai L'olam Amen. Amen. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully we'll see you Be'ezrat Hashem tomorrow evening after our week.
Start by Zion.
Zion.